NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, icy roads caught many off guard today, leading to several accidents and slide-offs on local roads and highways. Plus, the president prepares for the State of the Union address tonight. Some say he plans to take aim at the rich. And we are learning more about the two Japanese men being held hostage by ISIS. Good morning, I'm Christine Bellport. Ashley has the morning off. Our Tuesday morning is off to a very slippery start. Here's a look at a tow truck coming to the rescue of a car that slid off the road in our area. Several crashes and slide-offs were reported all morning long. Amy Carlson is here with on what we can expect for the rest of the day. Amy.
And Christine, as quickly as all of these accidents occurred, it looks like we'll probably have smooth sailing at least through a better part of this afternoon. Just a 30% chance for any leftover precipitation. Right now, though, at a critical juncture at 33 degrees, cloudy skies across the region, but with winds as high as 14 miles per hour. It currently feels closer to 23 degrees. Still in the 20s for Baraboo at 27 degrees, but 36 degrees right now in Janesville. So for the remainder of the day, good possibility for rain to be mixed with snow. It's less of a chance for freezing drizzle, especially later this afternoon, so that could affect the commute home later on today. But you can see most of the precipitation has now moved off to the east. The next system, though, is ready to move in, and that will bring another round of snow, maybe mixed with rain. I'll have those details coming up in just a bit.
Amy, thank you. New at 11, a robbery suspect is behind bars after a foot chase late this morning in Monona. The Anchor Bank on the 6500 block was robbed today. Witnesses tell NBC 15 they saw several police cars respond to this location. Officers were pursuing the suspect on foot and caught the man around 10 this morning, not far from that bank. There are no reports of any injuries. Also new at 11, we have pictures of the Madison police squad car that was hit by a pickup truck early Sunday on the Beltline. Police say 25-year-old Eduardo Diaz Martinez hit the squad car as the officer was assisting another driver. It happened on the westbound Beltline near High Point Road. Diaz Martinez fled on foot but was taken into custody and faces numerous charges, including hit and run and resisting police. The 29-year-old officer, she was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. In our continuing coverage now, one person is dead and two others injured following a shooting in Beloit yesterday. 23-year-old Therese Hurd died at the hospital yesterday after a shooting on the corner of Randall and Porter. Beloit police say an officer was in the area responding to a separate call just before 2 o'clock when he heard those shots fired. When he arrived on scene, he found two gunshot victims. Shortly after, discovered a third victim a few blocks away. No arrests have been made in the case. Today, the state Senate will vote on a constitutional amendment that would change the way the state Supreme Court chief is selected. Currently, the member of the Supreme Court with the most seniority serves as Chief Justice, and that's Chief Justice Shirley Abramson. However, the Republican-backed amendment would change that to have the 7-member court pick its leader. Democratic opponents say this change is targeting liberal Chief Justice Abramson, who has had the job now for 18 years. The Assembly will take up the vote on Thursday. Making news around the nation now, police say one person has been shot at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, and the suspect is in custody. Here is a live look now at the scene. The Boston Globe reports that a doctor was the alleged shooting victim. No word on their condition. The shooting reportedly happened on the second floor of the Cardiovascular Center, which is just across the street from the hospital's main entrance. Tonight's State of the Union address will not be much of a surprise. President Obama has been touring the country, pitching his ideas to help the middle class. NBC's Tracy Potts has the latest.
Mr. Vice President.
When President Obama speaks tonight, he'll pitch tax credits, paid sick days, faster internet, free community college to help the middle class, paid for with $300 billion in tax hikes on the rich.
Middle class families are paying their capital gains taxes, and we believe everybody else should too.
Senator Joni Ernst, brand new from Iowa, is giving tonight's Republican response. Here she is practicing. Republicans say they're listening to the president for signs of compromise.
And if the president's ready to play offense, then we urge him to join the new Congress in playing offense on behalf of the American people.
The American people are hopeful, but stuck. In today's new NBC Wall Street Journal poll, nearly half say they're satisfied with the economy, the most in a decade. President Obama's approval rating is up 46%, his best in more than a year. Almost half like how he's handling the economy. But just over a quarter of Americans see their own personal finances getting better. Most say they're in the middle. No better, no worse.
There's still work yet to be done, and that's what he wants to talk about tonight.
While the president focuses on tax relief, Americans in our poll overwhelmingly say the #1 goal should be creating jobs. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Republicans argue that's exactly what they're doing, pushing the Keystone Oil Pipeline. Well, there's more debate, of course, on that today. Well, here's some more great news. It's officially tax season. Starting today, the IRS will accept paper and electronic 2014 tax returns. Now, it is 11 days earlier than last year. The IRS says most refunds will be delivered in 21 days if they're filed electronically. The average refund is expected to be about $2,800. Around the world now, the U.S. is taking steps to reopen its embassy in Cuba. A U.S. delegation met with Cuban officials in Havana yesterday to pave the way towards full diplomatic relations. The visit comes 2 days before Assistant Secretary of State Roberta Jacobson arrives in Cuba to negotiate the reopening of our embassy. Another ISIS video surfaced this morning. This one repeats the chilling look of the previous ones. Hostages in orange jumpsuits with the same black-clad figure looming over them. NBC's Richard Engel has more.
We've seen videos just like this in the past from ISIS with American journalists and British aid workers. They all ended tragically. Now we're seeing it with 2 Japanese hostages. In the same video, this time we are seeing the 2 Japanese hostages on their knees, dressed in the orange jumpsuits, and the English-speaking beheader, who has beheaded himself, other hostages in previous videos, is demanding that Japan pay $200 million, $100 million for each of the hostages within the next 72 hours, or he says the knife he is holding will become Japan's nightmare. Japan has obviously come out and condemned this video. It says it is doing everything it can to free the hostages. It has not specifically said if it will or will not pay that enormous amount.
And IS has made at least $130, $140 million since 2008 in ransoms.
These 2 hostages, one of them is a freelance journalist who was last seen when he was in the Syrian town of Kobani a few months ago. The other man had a security company, but he went into Syria. There have been reports describing him as something of a lost soul who went into Syria to change his life. Richard Engel, NBC News, Istanbul.